well, you're not going to ever have any growth without change. So if you're just going to stay in the same cycle, doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to see no change. Nothing in life is going to be different.
Hello.
Welcome to, this is episode 19 of Yellow Colored Glasses. We have Brandie here, owner of Tayabella here in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. And she is going to be telling us a little bit about her business, what kind of services, products she offers, the history of Tayabella, why Tayabella, where on earth did that name come from. We want to hear everything. So first things first, we have a review that we're going to read up on. This is from Rachel J. Rachel says, Michaela and Jake were great to work with. They did all the heavy lifting for us and made it painless to switch all our insurance policies over to save hundreds. It was a task that I was dreading for so long, but I'm so glad I found their agency. Thank you so much to Rachel for leaving us that amazing review. It helps us out so much, so we appreciate it. So today, and I didn't mention earlier, so me, Amanda, and Janny.
Yes.
We're all three hosting today.
She's getting questioned by all the girls today.
All the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
The more the merrier.
Yes, that's right. So, Brandie, let's start off. We would love to hear a little bit about your business and how did you get started?
Well, I was doing hair at a salon here north of town, and I just wanted more. I felt like I wanted more, and I wanted a place where people could come, women especially, could come and feel beautiful, be themselves, and not feel judged or like people are talking about them. When you work in a salon industry, that's kind of a lot of it. They do a lot of that cattiness, and I couldn't take being in that atmosphere, and so I wanted a place that was completely different.
I love that.
So that was kind of the reasoning behind all of it. And then I just started buying a few little things here and there, and I'd sell it, and people would always buy it, and I was like, what is this? And I'd buy more, people would buy more, and I started doing home parties and all this stuff, and every time I kept selling out of everything, and I would just keep buying more and more and more, and then it got to the point that I was so full that I was like, well, maybe I should open my own salon and add a store to it, much to everyone's, no, please don't. And it's one of those things you just feel that you have to do it, whether you fail, succeed, no matter what, you have to do it. And I distinctly remember my husband at the time telling me, no, we can't, we're not doing it. And they said, God, this is going to be so bad, but this is probably why I'm divorced. Not really. Anyway, I remember specifically telling him, you can either get on board or get off, because I was doing it. And I did it, and it's lasted longer than my marriage, so it's probably a good thing.
So when you say you did it, you're talking about the boutique aspect?
The boutique, the salon, doing all of it together. Because at the time, I was more into hair. I did hair, lots and lots of hair. And then doing the boutique. And I just remember every time I would tell somebody that I was going to do that, they would say, where at? Downtown Pleasant Hill. And they're like, oh, are you okay? Like, are you crazy? Kind of, maybe, partial, I don't know. But, when you feel it in your gut, you gotta go. You gotta.
This is such a common theme.
Yeah,
with
it is.
Every business owner that we've talked to. Mm-hmm. It's like they, have this inkling that they should do something different and move different.
Yeah. And
they recognize it, and then they do something about it. And I tell this to every single person that we've talked to, even with Janny, your story is kind of similar. You took action on it. Mm-hmm. A lot of people would feel this, unsatisfiedness in their job, and they would just deal with it. But you did something about it. It's fear that I think holds everybody back. And with every decision I've made, definitely being 42 now, I know that there's always joy on the other side of fear. Mm-hmm. You just got to push through the fear
feel the fear and do it anyway. And I have learned that probably in the last 6 or 7 years, and it has not failed me since.
Oh my God,
That's
I feel
awesome.
like I need to get a tattoo that says there's always joy on the other side of fear.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's one of those things that changed everything for me. And so now, like you mentioned, seeing me do videos and all that kind of thing, I actually went to college. I never finished college because I could not pass public speaking. And I took it 3 times, and I dropped out every single time because I couldn't do it because the fear stopped me. Now, it is terrifying for me to be in front of a camera, to be talking in front of people. But this past year, I have really tried to push myself because that is one of my biggest fears. And so it's getting easier. I mean, it's not like, woohoo, that's easy. Let's just go get it done. Right. But it's easier, and it's getting better.
Could it be because you're talking to a camera and not actually a crowd of people that you're able to start overcoming that fear, or is it just repetition?
It's
what do you
both,
feel?
probably both,
Okay.
most definitely. But honestly, when I make videos and stuff and I'm talking to the camera, I honestly don't realize there's going to be people watching. And I'll just post it and do it anyway. And then later, they might be like, oh, I watch all your videos. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, don't tell me that, because that just stops me from wanting to keep going. But yeah, you feel the fear and you just keep doing it.
Where can everybody watch these videos at? We can't have this this
Talk about
discussion and not tell the people.
Well, a lot of them I'll post on Facebook on Tayabella, if it's related to the boutique. But honestly, I have a TikTok.
Don't be ashamed to say that a little louder. Yeah, we wear that title loud and proud around here.
Yeah, well, it's just, yeah.
For those who missed it, she has a TikTok.
She has a TikTok.
And so what is the name of your, is it Tayabella?
Yeah.
Oh, Tayabella
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Tayabella, I do more of just personal stuff on TikTok than I do on actual Facebook. But yeah,
That is so cool.
I have fun. My brother's so embarrassed of me. But
That's what our job as sisters are.
I have
we
two
all
younger brothers, and if I'm not embarrassing them at some point, I'm not doing my job well.
I was gonna say,
so
we
I
all
think you're
have
doing your
brothers.
job well.
well, it's funny because last week, actually, I got a notification from Facebook that they're now getting monetized because they've been, I guess, seen enough times.
Nice.
So I was like,
Congratulations.
thanks. But I told my brother, I was like, see, you tell me I'm embarrassing myself, but I just made $2.
Yeah.
Who's embarrassed now?
That's funny.
So I'm going to backtrack. You said when you would say downtown Pleasant Hill, people would laugh at you.
Well, you got to remember this was 10 years ago.
Right,
Now,
right.
people are really starting to notice downtown Pleasant Hill. It's starting to get a lot busier. We have more businesses coming in that are revamping their buildings, investing a lot of time and money into the buildings and the, I would say, the keeping authentically historic
Yes.
downtown Pleasant Hill the way it is, but bringing it to a modern time.
Right. We actually talked about this morning, that you were one of the first businesses to move in down there.
You were
There
a
was
trailblazer.
a couple.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely don't see that. It's probably just crazy and didn't give a crap. But, you just, what you want and you go get it, go do it. But it's starting to pick up. So, we'll see.
So when you first opened, what were some of the biggest struggles that you experienced that made you maybe question, did I do the right thing? And then what did you do to persevere through that to get to where you are now?
Oh, you guys are wanting all the tea.
Yeah, all of it. Spill it.
Okay, well, I can get real spicy, but
You
okay.
you can go as deep or as surface
shallow,
as you
Well, hell, we'll just put it all out there because I've already done most of my life that way. Honestly, I don't look at anything as a regret or a mistake because there's always a lesson to be learned.
I love
if
that.
you can look at it properly and know where you went wrong, learn from that.
Yep.
Because that's only going to make you better. But I would say the biggest thing that I learned in the very beginning was getting too big for your britches, too quick, too fast. And it became very popular. I did really well, and I wasn't satisfied. I wanted more. So we thought, let's go big or go home. Let's move uptown, 7 Highway. I made a really, really bad investment with someone who did not have probably the same moral high ground thoughts as, you know, I would call it. It was a very bad business dealing. And eventually what led to them trying to take my business, very like adamantly, you have 4 days, bring me my money or it's mine, I'm taking it. I guess you guys didn't expect that one, did you? So, to be quite honest, I have been very fortunate in my life. My father stepped in and said, no, that's not going to happen. Here you go. We bought him out, got out of there, got out of that situation, and I tucked my tail and went back to downtown Pleasant Hill, where I have stayed and just tried to just grow slowly, learn from those mistakes, have a little humility, and learn to not trust everybody.
Yeah.
So
I had wondered, because I knew when you guys moved to the Strip and then you guys went back, and I never knew why. I never knew a
That was
reason
why.
as to
that was
why the moves were made.
some dirty dealings.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, like you said,
But you're still here.
you're still here.
Still
Lessons
here.
learned the hard way, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
It's the only way I learn a lesson, though. You got to slap me in the face with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna somebody else is
Absolutely.
going to say, oh, I wouldn't do that, because I had several people tell me not to do that. And, of course, I'm always like, whatever.
sometimes we
We'll figure
legit
it out.
have to just like fall flat on our face.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And I would say to this day, that was being one of my biggest lessons that I learned. I wouldn't change it. I would
Good
do
for
it again.
you.
I would 100% do it again, because it has really changed the way I do business
Yeah.
and how I talk to people and who I trust and who I don't trust. I am not as just willy-nilly like let everybody into my life, into my circle. It is definitely more show your value to me before I'm just going to put 100% trust in you.
Yeah.
And that
Good
goes
for
with
you.
business, friendship, everything.
Right.
So, on a lighter note, where did Tayabella come from?
The actual name Taya is my youngest daughter's name. Bella, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it means beautiful in Italian, Spanish,
Nice.
you know, all those. French maybe too. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So yeah, that was it.
I love that so much.
Yeah, and my other kids have not let me.
I was gonna say.
Sure, they
Do
hear
I get a
about it.
business?
Or you hear about it from them, rather.
I used to, not so much anymore, but
good.
back in the day I did. And I'm
That's
like, no, I like your sister more. I don't know what you're talking about. Which is not the case, but
That's funny. I had a question and then I completely lost it. Oh, yes. So you wanted to transition from working for a salon into owning your own salon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you have accomplished the culture aspect? You know, because you were trying to move away from a culture that you didn't appreciate, it didn't vibe well with you. Do you
Right.
feel like you've created a culture that you...
100%.
Yeah.
100%, absolutely. The women that I work with now, and it's so funny because, you know, we're still a small business, but we're growing. And so there's not always enough sales to keep full-time 10 people on staff all the time. But I do it's funny now that the women that come in don't ever leave. So if they do leave, they'll be back to do a show, or they'll be back to pick up a shift on a weekend.
Which speaks volumes of...
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Yes.
that they like it enough being there, that, you know, they're happy doing it. And that's one of the biggest things I tell them when somebody does come on. A job is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
If you can't have fun doing this, then this isn't the right job for you. But your number one goal is when people come in this door, make their day. Whether it's they're laughing at a product over here, or you're just being extra special and helping them find whatever it is they're looking for. I want them to leave feeling some sort of joy,
Yeah.
just uplifted.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
So so you have a salon part and you have the boutique part. What services do you offer in your salon? Just hair, or do you do nails? Like what?
oh, we used to do everything. But then it used to be the salon was the majority of it. And then about 3 years ago, there was like a shift. And then like the boutique was always busy. It was good to keep it, but it wasn't like our main breadwinner. The salon was. Then we had a gal retire. Shout out to Terry if you see this. I'm such a dork. I'm sorry. So anyway, she retired, and then the things just kept kind of shifting. Christy ended up going home to do nails.
Okay.
So then it was just Jen and I doing hair in the salon. So we used to do all of that, but right now it's just hair. And then it was probably October of 2021 that I retired from hair. So now it's just Jen.
Wow.
So
Really?
it used to be all salon and boutique, and now it's like Jen keeps saying, "You're just gonna push me out the back door," like because the boutique just keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger. So I told her one day, she might be in the street. I don't know, but
How long has Jen been with you?
oh gosh. Well, I've been at Tayabella for over 10 years, and we worked together. It was her, Christy, and Jen. Even though we still include Christy and Tayabella, even though she does nails out of her house now. But we started working together. I think I started there in 2007. So
Okay.
ever since then.
Wow.
I knew she had been
That's
there.
crazy.
Was the inception of Tayabella?
Do what?
2007 was it?
2007 is when I first started working at
Oh,
Totally
okay.
You, which is where they worked.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I kind of came in on them, and then we just kind of grew. I think it was 2011 is when, about the time that Tayabella kind of came about.
Okay.
I do remember hearing the buzz around town, like we were going to get a boutique, and like there was nothing like that here, at least that I was aware of. Maybe there was.
At the time,
At the
yeah, there
time.
wasn't.
And
yeah.
I just remember being so intrigued, like I could not wait for Tayabella to open so I could
Well,
buy
it's
earrings.
so funny
Yeah.
because, like, the first week, I didn't plan on it being what it was.
Yeah.
And then the first week, they sold out. Like, I would have empty racks.
Yes.
And, like, I'd be like, well, I didn't plan to restock so fast. So,
Yeah.
like, I was happy, but also kind of embarrassed because I wasn't, like, I didn't plan for it to blow up like this. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But those are just part of growing pains and learning.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Do you enjoy hair or retail more?
well, since I quit hair, probably retail.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, I make a lot of the shirts that are in there. Any of the graphic tees or the Casey Love collection. Casey Love is usually 100% me. But so I had been doing all of that way before KC shirts all became a thing. So probably 8 years ago, I started making shirts because I was like, there's cute KC shirts, but nothing for like women to wear and still be cute and fashionable.
Yeah.
Not the same shirt your husband's gonna wear, or
Right,
we're all matching. So I remember there'd be times that people would come in and buy the shirt literally off Jen's back because it would be the only one left. in the
Oh,
store.
wow. That's funny.
And this was like back in the craze of 2015, I think, when the Royals
Oh yeah.
did
Yeah,
the
yeah.
World Series.
Yes.
But so I get my creative outlet no longer from hair. I get it enough in the making of the shirts
Sure.
and designing and all that kind of stuff.
That's so cool.
But some people ask me all the time if I miss doing hair, and no.
Well, that's good though.
That makes
I
me
mean,
sad to say because it was always my life for the last 20 years.
that means
Yeah.
you've kind of like fallen and shifted into a different role that's maybe
Yeah.
more acceptable or more fitting for this season of your life.
Exactly.
You know? So
And I think it's good that you recognize that you don't necessarily need to keep doing something because you've always done it, because
Oh,
you're qualified
yeah.
to do it.
That's
Absolutely.
That it's
Yeah.
not bringing you joy anymore, so it's time to move on.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
felt like I had mastered it
Yeah.
to the best of my ability. It was no longer challenging. Like I could give you a balayage, cut your hair in my sleep. I don't even have to think about it.
Could we try that? Like, That would be your guinea pig.
I don't know. Jen had me try to color her hair last week, and she's like, "You got it all over my face." I was like, "Girl, do you know when the last time was I colored somebody's hair? I'm a little out of practice.
have
I
a
may not
question.
want that."
Do your kids let you cut their hair, or will they?
They will not let.
No.
They will not let them go anywhere else.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I'll be like, "Oh God, go I'll send you here," and they always come back. No, they don't do it like you do.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
And
sweet.
is it sweet, or is it that they know how to control me? So I'll give them exactly. They can be themselves. They're
Yeah.
comfortable, and so
They don't have to make an appointment, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I did make my son make an appointment. He's
that's nice.
He's always like, "You're my mom. Can I just get a haircut?" No, make an appointment.
That's funny.
Do you cut your own hair?
There's no way.
I'm in
That is
awe
skill.
of people who can do that.
I
is
do.
skill.
I color my own hair, and then about once a year I'll get with Jen and be like, "Okay, fix it. Like, just get me back to a starting point." She actually cut my hair probably 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Girl, I have been whacking on this, so there ain't no telling what you're gonna find in there." So she'll fix it about once a year, or if I miss grays, because I'll color, and that once a year I'll go in and get any gray that I missed back there.
Hit the reset button and
Yep.
start all over again.
2020 told me that I should never cut hair. Just
Oh,
trying
no.
to do my son's.
Yeah.
He looked like he was straight off Dumb and Dumber, but anyway.
That's funny.
I was like, nope, never happening at all.
I think it's definitely something that you either have it or you don't. So
Yeah, not my
it's a
thing.
lot harder than what. Well, for me, it wasn't really hard, but I remember starting. It's a lot harder than what it looks like.
Yeah.
Sure.
It
I think
definitely
there's
takes
a lot
skill.
of that goes into it, like learning the head anatomy and
Oh, yeah.
understanding all of that. So
Yeah.
it's a whole bit.
For me, it was more so the nerves of like not cutting their ear off.
Yeah, 100%.
That was probably the biggest fear I had for the longest time starting doing hair.
So, what advice would you give to someone wanting to start a business? Or to even just step out of their comfort zone?
Well, you're not going to ever have any growth without change. So if you're just going to stay in the same cycle, doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to see no change. Nothing in life is going to be different. But if you have that yearning, that want, that need for more, and you have this idea or inclination that you should be doing this, then do it, because that may lead to this or lead to that. It's going to open the door for you to go down so many different paths that may not have ever opened for you if you didn't take that first leap. And you may not even be in 5 years doing what you started doing, but because you did that, you are now doing this, which is more aligned with what you are supposed to be doing. So I guess that would probably be the biggest.
I feel like we kind of went through that before opening the brokerage.
Yeah.
I was in dentistry for, actually, I worked at Totally You. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yeah.
When?
When I was in high school.
Did we work together?
Um,
Or was this after we had all left?
so
That would have been
I don't think there
after-
were very many stylists there.
Okay.
So I want to say 2010, 2011
Okay.
era-ish.
I think we left probably short. Maybe, do I remember? I have a horrible memory. So you might be like, girl, yeah, we worked together. God, I can't believe
Karina.
you
Oh,
don't
well,
remember
I
me.
really don't remember. Like, I remember
good,
a
'cause I don't either.
stylist working there, but I don't think it was you. I couldn't even tell you her name. But anyway, I was a hygienist for 4 years and dentistry for 7. And so obviously moving into insurance is such a different...
It's a huge leap.
Yeah. So I totally understand, and I'm sure Anita
Yeah,
kind
yep.
of can relate as well.
Yeah.
Kind of
Just,
taking a leap of faith and then just kind of falling into a different role.
Yeah,
Which
for-
they still change, you know.
I mean, for us, both of us, myself and our husbands, it was, we both quit our jobs. Like, all 4 of us went from full-time jobs making good money to, okay, we're gonna all 4 just go in together and see what we can do. And that
That's
was
awesome.
scary.
Very scary.
But
Excuse me.
well worth it. Like, we needed
Yeah.
that transition.
Yeah.
So
Right.
And
I
not
think-
only is it scary, but I think at the same time that you're scared, just you're scared enough to lose that income, lose that security, you also have people telling you all the reasons, all the additional reasons why you shouldn't do it,
Yep.
why you should be
Yep.
scared.
Yep.
And you're already trying to talk yourself into making this change, but now you have to talk yourself into it above the noise of the other
Yeah.
voices.
Yes.
coming
Yes.
at
Yes.
And I know you and Dustin kind of experienced that.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like we all
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
and
To
I-
an extent, yeah.
I feel like, Janny, you even kind of had to have a come to Jesus,
Yeah.
you know, in your own way.
Yeah. I kind of had a similar experience we're about the same age, it sounds like. And, you know, I reached a certain age where I was just like, if I'm ever going to live the life that I envision for myself, I have to start doing the things that scare me, you know, and putting myself out there, and with no guarantee that I'm going to be successful.
Right.
I could completely fail, could completely fall flat on my face and embarrass my brothers. I just have to start taking those steps, and just, for me, the idea of the leap was scarier. So I just focused on putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just like making that my measure of progress. And then, you know, one day you look back and you've come a long way.
Right.
But, you know, whatever works for who, if the idea of the scary leap is attractive to you and that's what motivates you, then take the leap. But I like the baby steps, just the continuous baby steps. And they still get you there.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
they still get you there.
Yep.
But yeah, I think you're just the perfect example of somebody who just decided to, like, here you are, this is public speaking. I mean, this is going to go out there.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
such a good point.
You are doing
Yeah.
the very thing that you didn't think you could do. You
Right.
have all the videos out on TikTok and on Facebook, and you said yes to this. So you keep saying yes to the things that scare you, and you are continuing to open those doors.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. You just summed everything up about how I feel like I've been living my life, at least for the last, you know, maybe not doing it consciously
Yeah.
for the last 10 years.
Sure.
But subconsciously for the last at least year. You just summed all of that up perfectly.
Well, thank you. I feel
So-
like I get you.
So what is coming? Do you have any secrets for us, for Tayabella, for 2023?
Well, if it was a secret, then it's gotta stay a secret.
Okay, is there anything? Give us a wink. Is there anything coming?
Okay, I'll
eyes.
just say that I have plans and I have goals and I have dreams that maybe don't always align with exactly where I'm at right now. So will that come in 2023? I don't know. But we'll just kind of see what kind of doors open up and
Yeah.
see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. So you guys, you do pop-up, I can't talk.
Words are hard.
Pop-ups as well, don't you? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, those are actually, they're a lot of fun. You meet all kinds of people. And if you ever have any doubt in, as far as doing retail and that kind of thing, any doubt in yourself or your business, I have always found that doing the pop-ups for me was like, we always do great. Yeah, it's a paycheck, blah, blah, blah. But just the amount of people that come in and recognize you, recognize your brand, they're so excited to see you, to see what's in the booth, and they words are hard. I can't even think right now. Vocalize to you. That in itself is just warms my heart. So
awesome.
It's great paycheck, yes, but more so that is more what I get from doing pop-ups.
That's cool.
That's really cool. And it just spreads your brand to even more
Exactly.
people
Yep.
that aren't going to
That
downtown.
would have never
Yeah.
come to downtown Pleasant Hill. Yeah,
That's cool.
most definitely.
That's really cool.
Good deal.
Wow.
Got anything?
I don't think so.
Are we gonna ask her like the fun question at the end, like the
Yeah, we
Oh,
should.
I feel like we
Okay.
need a new one.
a
Now
new
you
one?
guys are
Do
making
you
me
have
nervous.
one?
No.
Well, this is just more
I
of
don't
like a
either.
personal preference question. Like,
Okay, Janie, you're on it.
okay, let's do a holiday thing because Christmas is coming up.
Oh yeah, great.
Buffalo theme. Okay.
Did you say buffalo?
Buffalo check. That's my buffalo check. Yeah, that didn't
Thought
come
you were
out
gonna
right.
ask you a question about
I
buffalo.
knew what you were saying.
Thank you. I feel like we're on the same wavelength.
That's funny.
Okay, so what's a holiday themed, like a Christmas candy?
I was
I
gonna
wanted just about favorite Christmas movie. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Favorite Christmas movie? Yeah.
Is there just one? I mean, I feel like I watched them all. I mean, as cheesy as it is, Home Alone.
Okay.
Well, that's
I
not
love
cheesy.
it. No, not cheesy.
I mean, when I watch it now, I'm like, what was, 10-year-old me thinking? What, this is so stupid. But now it's like come to a point, you have to watch
You
it.
have to.
So,
For sure.
yeah.
Agreed. Sure.
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to watch it. before
Especially at the age now, if you saw it as a child, because now, like, for me
I think it's
personally,
when I
I
was a
look
child.
back and I'm like, that's a horrible mother. Like, how would she do that or say that or, all those kind of things. It's just looking at it
Too
from
funny.
different glasses.
Color glasses.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wait, great plug. Great plug. What's your favorite Christmas movie, Jane?
My favorite Christmas movie. So if we're talking about like old Christmas movies, White Christmas, because I have such really good memories of watching that with my youngest daughter, who was obsessed with the dresses and the
awesome.
music. But
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think
you
so
need
either.
to watch
Have you seen that movie?
I have. Yeah.
have.
It's been a long time.
I think
but
overall, though, Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase.
Oh,
It
yes.
is not Christmas
yes.
unless we watch that movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yes,
classic.
It's a
most
must.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's a must.
That man actually looks like my dad, so it's
That's
really
funny.
hard.
Mine too.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So funny
Okay,
story.
you have said that multiple times.
Mine is also Christmas Vacation, but I think it's because we were in New York City. I was like 8 years old, and a stranger on the street stopped my dad, thinking he was Chevy Chase.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so I think for us, it's just a funny with my dad. And he,
yeah.
And he kind of acts like my dad. No offense, Dad. But
How about you, Michaela?
I think Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
I don't really get into Christmas movies too much, but then there's also like some so cheesy Hallmark
yes.
that I couldn't even
hands down.
regurgitate. I couldn't
Yes.
even tell you like what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Just
were
the
on for a
storyline.
year. Yeah, they
Yes.
were on for a year, and I watched it, and it was great. But just a traditional great Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just isn't Christmas unless you watch that at least once.
yeah.
I agree. For
You
sure.
have to, and if you haven't checked out our Instagram, you have to go watch
Our recreation.
yes, of the opening scene
Yes.
to Christmas Vacation. It's so ridiculous on so many levels.
Oh, I didn't know this. I'm going to have to go look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to-
it's
yeah.
it's obnoxious, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Definitely right up my alley. That's what it sounds like.
The guy in the front seat, my brother works here, so the guy in the front seat playing Chevy Chase is my brother,
Okay.
and so it's just obnoxious and it's great. And
Yeah, and we use our real voices in it. We don't lip sync this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Very
She's
like,
such an unsure. Oh,
Wow.
I don't know if I'm excited or scared.
I saw the fear in her face. Yeah, too much.
I'm definitely going to have to go
man.
watch it.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Well, Brandie, we appreciate you coming in,
Yes.
joining us,
Absolutely.
giving
Thank
us
you for
a little
having me.
bit of your history and
Yes.
where you're going.
Yeah.
And check out Tayabella on
Please.
TikTok and Facebook.
Yes.
Yes.
So is your handle at Tayabella?
Girl, I am 40-something years old. I do not know social media stuff. I think so.
Okay.
But
I'll look for it and I'll put it on the screen.
You have a website as well for the boutique, correct?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most people honestly shop that. I do almost more on this website. The website than I do actually in store.
Okay.
So,
Very
Tayabellaboutique.com. I do know that one.
Tayabellaboutique.com.
Yes.
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye, guys.